D of politics together with your crazy political science instructor. All right, it's time to talk about the F word. No, not that F word. Madison's most famous Federalist paper talks about factions. F is for factions. In Madison's perspective, factions are self-interested groups that seek lots of things from the whole country, from everybody else, and don't contribute to the country. And so factions or interest groups are really, when it comes down to it, a plague. And we ought to check them. So Madison talked about factions balancing factions and a system of checks and balances that can reduce the impact of factions on public policy. You've heard this story many times, that interest groups are bad, that they're selfish. But I'd like you to take a second look at this issue, because perhaps factions aren't always self-interested. And even if they are self-interested, what's wrong with that? Shouldn't people be able to stand up for what they believe is right, stand up for their rights, stand up for their needs? And so look at one interest group. Perhaps it's an interest group that you have joined, and examine what they do. How do they impact public policy? How do they influence government? How do they try to change public opinion? And I think what you'll find is that an effective group not only is effective in Washington, but also effective among the people to get us to think about the importance of the issue and to encourage us to support their cause. So write about one interest group, please, and investigate how it impacts the system, and then think more generally of this issue. And we have James Madison being very skeptical of interest groups versus others, such as Alexis de Tocqueville. And de Tocqueville, a Frenchman who came to this country in the 1830s, saw our propensity to join groups as extremely helpful to promote self-government. Because as they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And we in America, we love our groups. So take a second look at this issue that Madison sets out in Federalist number 10 and share your perspectives about it.